I said, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and look at them now, and look at you now. So, what is like what fills your days and your weeks now that you're? I guess you're retired. Although, is anybody in wrestling ever retired?
No. And I do know Bubba went public. My wife was telling me, Bubba, I guess, went and said that, I guess the Dudley Boyz are going to reunite again or something like that. He said, I don't know the actual, I can't quote him, but it was something as if to tease the fans and say that the Dudley Boyz might be back together. And again, I spoke to Bubba about that. And again, I just told him, like I started to say earlier, about Kiss being the greatest hits. All we got to do is hit the greatest hits, he said. Yeah. Minus the what's up, we have to remodify that. But the 3D, the belly to back neck breaker, even somewhat LOD coming off the top rope with me clotheslining him. Because again, a lot of times I did go like stomach, I landed on my stomach flat first, but then there was other times I went legs first, then roll. I like to call it the hacksaw Jim Duggan, Nikolai Volkov bump. You go to your feet, your knees, your hip, and then go to your back. I can do stuff like that. I'm not opposed to it. So right now I am at my wrestling school, DDA, Devon Dudley Academy. I'm actually getting in the ring, rolling around now that I got clearance from the doctor. He doesn't want me to take like big bumps, but take a regular bump is good. I've been hitting the ropes, just basically trying to get my footwork together. And again, not for saying that I want to come back in the ring, but just for me personally, do I still have it? Can I still do it? And hitting the ropes is, at first it was rough because when I had the stroke, I had lost. I only had 35% of my left side. So the nerves had to refire again and go back to normal. And it took some time. And then of course, getting back surgery and then my lower lumbar being cut open and fused with discs and all of that. So now I'm it was like going through the stroke, boom. And then 8 months later, the back surgery. So it was like one after the other. It just didn't stop. And so now it's like, okay, well, it's like once you start to heal, I started to heal from the stroke. And then all of a sudden, now the back surgery started. I'm like, oh my God, it's like starting all over again. So now I'm starting to feel good in the legs where I can walk for at least a good 5 minutes without having to sit down, things like that, because I was waiting for the nerves to start firing back up in the lower lumbar and the legs and the back and stuff before I even try to do anything in the ring. And now that they seem to be coming back, I'm actually okay.
Have you looked into stem cells? I know a lot of wrestlers have said that that's really helped them.
Yes, I did look into that, and I'm looking to find somebody. So if anybody's out there that,
I might have a connection for you.
If you have a connection, send them to me. I definitely want to do it. I just, again, I'm not trying to be, with no disrespect intended, I'm not trying to be like Hogan, in terms of, and I idolize the man, but, I know he's in bad shape because he went probably way longer than he was supposed to, even after his first, a couple of back surgeries. And now I heard he's really in pain now. I don't want to be like that. I have 2 little girls that I have to raise and be able to walk down the aisle with them with no problems or no issues. And I want to do that. So if I was to come back, I would come back not going crazy or ECW style, but I would do what I can and to make sure that the matches were entertained to the fullest. Whether I do it with Bubba or whether I do it with my boys.
But look, it was just a few months ago that Bubba told me, I don't think the Dudley Boyz could ever reunite with Devon's health. You're giving us a glimmer of hope here.
Well, yeah, because of the fact that, again, I said, I feel great, So I'm at the wrestling school. I'm rolling around again. I'm not doing this to say, hey, I'm making a comeback. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it to get my body strong again. And that's what I'm doing. So is there a glimpse of hope? Yes, there could be. I'm not saying no, but yes, there can be. But I got to also say there's a possibility that it won't happen. Again, I got to see how I feel after doing what I'm doing. I'm back in the gym. I'm doing what I have to do in terms of getting my body right, just me personally, has nothing to do with wrestling, but just me personally.
Yeah.
And my legs feel great now. Sometimes, I had to, when you go through an injury like that, your first reaction a lot of times is to sit down and relax. Don't worry about it because your body gets tired real quick. And I've had to get past that. Like, even though my body was getting tired, I had to continue to walk. I had to continue to do things in the gym to overshadow that. And now I think I'm getting to that point because I've done that so much that now the legs are starting to feel normal again. Not 100%, but it's almost there.